remember because I upgraded or I did.
Well,
my
I don't know how to,
security
I don't know how to
update.
I don't know how to redo my password on.
It'll let you, you just ask, it says.
When you go to log in.
Yeah, when you go to log in, I just had forgot mine and then it sent me a.
Well, I don't have to log in.
Oh, then you're already logged in.
No, I'm logged in on my phone, so it's permanently logged in, but if it goes out,
Well, then you just reset
Oh, then
it.
you'll just
because I was
reset it,
able to
yeah.
reset
well,
Well, I'll do that.
hopefully.
We'll all be doing that.
Okay, we're almost there. Oh.
Ow. I guess no Gary tonight, huh?
I put fun on the down in Ventura today. Like, what a balloon. No, we are ready to go. Okay,
Okay.
I have no gavel, but.
Can you guys hear us?
Oh. Can you hear us?
Yeah, we can hear
I
you.
can hear you.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and call this meeting to order. Calling the meeting to order of the Fraser Park Public Utility District. This is the regular state planning and project meeting for Thursday, August 28th, 2025 at 4 p.m. We do not have anyone from the board on teleconference. So we don't have any additional address. The time is 4:05 p.m. that we're starting. And we're gonna start with the flag, if all of you could please stand. Oh. Okay, ready? Begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Take it seated, thank you. Okay, roll call directors, Director Garcia, it appears is not here, Director Nyman,
Here.
Director Gibson,
Here.
and Director Kelling.
Here.
And I'm Director Schoenberg, so that's 4 directors present. We're gonna move on to item 2, discussion vote adjust agenda if necessary. Do we need to make any adjustments to the agenda to anyone's knowledge?
Are we doing closed session?
Are we closed session D?
No need to.
No need to,
Okay.
so you wanna do a motion?
I will move that we table the closed sessions 8 and 9.
I'll second that.
Okay, any discussion? Roll call directors, Director Garcia,
Absent.
Director Nyman,
Here.
the Director
Yes.
Gibson,
Hi.
Director Kelly,
Aye.
Director Schoenberg is an aye. That motion passes 4-0-0,
No.
1 absent. Would
Okay.
you like to run the meeting?
No.
Okay, we could, because I have
No,
a
that's
horrible
okay.
headache. Okay, okay, so we'll be tabling 8 and 9. Anything else anyone sees? Okay, then I'm gonna move on to item 3, public comments. Are there any public comments? These are for items not listed on the agenda. We try to limit this to 5 minutes, thank you. Anyone have a public type comments not on the agenda? Nothing, James? Okay. Okay, moving on, item 4,
Manager's report.
managers report.
All right, we, some of you knew, but we had a string of leaks. We had one on Elm at Mount Pinos, on Upper Elm. They fixed that. Then we got another one on Lower Alcott on Elm. That was right near, high pressure steel gas line and a 4-inch plastic. Cause, we've been in there before, so we had to bring in the diesel truck hydrovac. Had to buy, they wouldn't let us this time use, our power saws to cut the pipe, so I had to buy a $1,900 pipe cutter, which we've been needing for a long time anyway. They'll last forever, you just replace the blades on it, but I never got one because of the cost, but they wouldn't let us use power saws to cut it. So, then they fixed that. That was like a 18-hour leak that we were on. And then it moved up to Mead, same pressure zone up on Mead, just off of Decatur. So that was fixed, and the road repaired now. So now if we wiped out Alcott and Decatur, so now we're doing all the repairs on those. But that's typical when you have such a big leak and it depressurizes. That's just what we gotta deal with, so. I ordered a bunch of, road bait. They brought some of it today. They're already starting to put it down.
And we're, securing that, pipe cutter.
Oh, yeah, right now it's in the back of the F-250 down in the yard, but yeah, it's gonna have a spot on the T-train wall with it blacked out with the, like, the rest of our
Yeah.
tools, so we know it's there.
Cause I don't want it left too long for somebody to,
We haven't had any tools stolen since I've
I know.
been here, but,
It's just a concern.
He's just being.
and we have a lot more expensive tools than that steel, I'll tell you that.
I know that.
Yeah, it's gonna be added to the inventory and put up on the pegboard so we know where it's at, and I've already educated the guys on how it's gotta be treated, so. We got that going. Another thing is, I don't know if you've noticed, but the chlorine storage shed, it's been falling down for years. I've had it fixed. I fixed it. Everybody's doors falling off. So now I'm starting to look for another shed. I don't want to buy an expensive tough shed. If I can help it. So I've been looking at auctions that my brother with the Forest Service has been using. Get things cheaper. You got a bid on them. But it's the same thing as anywhere else. I haven't bid on nothing yet because I've just been waiting until the right shed comes up to where I could bid on it. But that's what I'm looking for starting to find cheaper things that we need here is to buy them on auction.
Yeah.
To save money.
And what do we think the cost of the shed will be?
Well, like if you go to Home Depot, a regular shed would be, $6,000,
Wow.
$6,000.
Yeah.
What even there?
400 gallons of chlorine. In a big tank. That's what we use to transfer to our wells. They deliver it to the big tank and then we transfer it out. But, yeah, I'm just looking for, there's not a huge hurry in it. So that's why I'm just kind of waiting for the right, sale item to come up on that thing.
We got you.
And, that's all I got.
Okay, under A, discussion vote on vacation time for exempt versus non-exempt employees. Was that supposed to be Alan coming to?
Alan talked to Brown. I have no idea
Yeah.
what.
The only thing that I would ask for, for transparency across the board, is that when you go on vacation, that you send an email to us, no reply email, letting us all know that you're on vacation.
I don't have a problem with that. I just got mentioning you multiple times in board meetings. We're doing the same
Yeah,
thing, but
and also when we take the cash advance on one of our vacations, that you also notify us that you're doing that, just so that we know everything that's.
well, you obviously knew, or you wouldn't be saying that. I took it like 2 months before.
Okay, I'm not.
I'm just saying, so.
I'm just asking for
Okay,
transparency,
can
Johnny.
The level of our voices.
Okay, I'm not accusing anybody or.
Anyway, yeah, no problem. You guys get the financials, so you guys know at that point, but yeah, I don't have a problem with saying, hey, I cashed out my vacation.
Right.
I have a
Here.
question. So we decided not to have Alan come outside of the board meeting, or I thought
Yeah,
that
cause
was.
I thought we were all gonna be
Again.
able to ask questions.
That was Brahma and Allen talking.
And why you decided not to have?
I didn't decide on that. He just called and talked to me.
Ultimately, the way it boils down to is if you do any work, you are considered work when you're on salary. If I were to go on vacation and I were to be incommunicado, refuse to answer phone calls and do my work, then I would have to use PTO time. If I'm still working and I'm still doing everything I'm supposed to do, then that's part of being on salary.
Well, I don't think that was very clear, because Cause,
Well, that was the whole point of
Because-
him coming, so I think that maybe we need to move that to another agenda. I don't understand why that changed.
I don't know why it changed either.
Unless that's what he explained to you.
well, what I understood, that if you're on vacation, if you go on vacation, even if you are calling in, I mean, you're on vacation. If you're leaving for 2 weeks on vacation,
But I was working every day, so if you just look at if you just Google it, it's very, anyway.
so there's a disagreement on this, and so I think
That
that,
was-
Well, that's why you should have done it, because when I talked to Alan and I said, well, let me
Okay, can we
explain.
stop for a minute? That was the whole point of Alan coming to the board. I don't recall that it was just talking to an individual board member or anything.
Well, I'll
so-
explain it to you. I asked, and Alan kind of laughed and says, well, unfortunately, I work for the board, so I need to call Brahma, and I'll talk to Brahma, because if it has to do with me, he's representing you guys and not me. So that's why he talked to Brahma. So I couldn't say, do this, do that, show up. So he called Brahma and talked to Brahma, and I had no idea what they
well,
said.
all he asked me was what my thing was, and he said, and he didn't respond like, he said that, I assumed he was gonna be calling you too, because you're, you know.
So anyway, I'll send another email and state that you
Well,
guys would
no,
like
then-
him to
then
be on
if
the.
that's the case, then could you send an email, since you talked to him, asking him to go ahead and come? or
Well, he's
let
gotta
us know
have,
when
he's gotta have a
available?
different attorney. He has a employment attorney. It used to be Jerry Pearson. Now Jerry Pearson left, so he's got somebody new.
Yeah, we just need to know when if that person would be available for a board meeting. Like probably at 4 before the hour, or not at 5 or 6. We would just have to put it in the agenda.
If everybody just Googled it, it would answer your question. It's very simple. If you just Google it,
But the whole point was,
Well-
does the board, okay, so I'm just chairing this meeting. It's up to the board. Does the board feel that you have questions that you need the attorney to be present for? Or does the board want to wait, Google this, see if any of those questions are answered by us looking up, even if we do it as, I don't know how you wanna do it, but even if we do it within this board meeting or whatever. You just need to tell me, because I don't have. I have a vote in that sense, but not a motion, I'm not a motion maker, so I need you to give me your opinion as to what we wanna do.
I don't understand about when you're on vacation. And you, about getting
'Cause
paid
you're-
twice.
Here's the disagreement, and I'm just gonna say this, and I don't want anybody getting upset. The disagreement that I have.
Rama, can I
Yeah.
just interrupt? And I'm sorry that, but you really should go into executive session on personnel issues. I strongly suggest that.
There is no executive session, it would have to be a closed session, and I don't know if we can do a closed session if we're not disciplining an
So
employee.
Uh,
I understand what Dee's saying. I worded it like this on the agenda as a policy, right? So the board in open session would address a policy. If you're addressing something more specific,
Okay,
I would look into a closed session for a specific review. If you're understanding what I'm saying.
Yes, I totally understand what you mean.
and that's
So,
that's what I'd like to do.
And if you'd like it as
okay, so
a
then that needs
review,
to
then
be
it can be
put
done that way.
on the agenda, so I'm going to recommend that we put that on the agenda. And that we ask the attorney to be present for that, so if there's any questions where someone doesn't understand. That the board members, so that they don't feel like, no one feels like they're not able to ask the questions that they need to do. He can't make individual phone calls to everyone, because that would be a serial meeting. So I believe that might be the best way to handle it.
I agree.
and Tiffany could email Alan and ask him.
Yeah, Tiffany, if
Yeah.
you can do that, that would.
Okay,
So he was saying you can't do it because he's represents us.
Well, he said I could email him, he just can't really discuss anything with me
Right.
because he's
Right.
representing you.
Okay, so I think we just need to do it as a closed session and then we need to ask the attorney to end that. Okay, so
and thank you, Dee.
thank you so much, Dee. So we will carry that over actually it'll change to a different, it'll be under the manager's report. Okay, so we're gonna go to 4B, administrative assistant report.
Lisa, can I ask a question before you go on to that? I have a question for Johnny.
Yes, you may.
Johnny, I had given a request for records last time and you were going to get in touch with me about clarification on some of the questions that were being asked. Are you still
Actually,
planning to get in touch with me?
Actually, I asked you to get a hold of me at the beginning of the week. And, I've
I'm
been
sorry.
waiting, you haven't responded, but, yeah, I have a response for you and I have records anytime you wanna come in and browse through the drawers.
Okay,
And
let me get back with you next week then on Monday. Okay?
Sounds good.
Okay, okay, so do we have anything else on 4A before I go on to 4B administrative assistance report? Okay, Tiffany, you're on.
Nothing specific that I can think of, other than, bear with me as I split my time between front desk and back office.
Can we just explain, I didn't even know, but I think everybody knows at this
No,
point.
me.
I saw it on
Okay.
Facebook.
Okay, so
I
can
was like-
we, as part of the manager's report, without mentioning any specific, reason for anything or what, can you just explain what's going on right now?
Yeah,
So I
actually,
don't
it's
take
easy,
the whole
because there
part.
was no reason other than I was just given notice that they were going somewhere else, so we started running an ad and we've got kind of a record, number of applicants that have applied, so, since Tiffany has to train them, me and Tiffany are sitting down, she's already gone through the applications and looked at them, then we're scheduled for some interviews over Tuesday and Wednesday. And then we'll talk about who we're gonna.
You actually got a good amount of applicants.
Quite a few.
That's
Surprising number of applicants for that.
I'm not surprised.
Good, right?
Yeah, it's good, but I'm not surprised there's many.
okay, very good. So, great. So that's, and so for now, you'll be covering the front desk and the field guys as well?
The what?
Oh, yeah, so I taught Corey a little, taking payments. So let's say something, I need to be back there for an hour or two, and, Corey can cover me, or if I'm out. So we have a little bit of backup situation going on. I'm also trying to just basically do a reset on the front desk, clean everything up, get everything back organized for the new person, so I've been working on that.
It's always a lot of work for Tiffany to go through everything, so.
Okay, yeah, I wish people stayed forever, but they don't. Okay, but that is a difficult job. I mean, at some point, I think we might want to consider talking well, I'll bring it up in the, what is it? Well, it's not.
This is an interesting fact about the applications just in general. You would be surprised at how few people have stayed at a job longer than a year to most.
Send that over.
And I'm talking 10 years of job experience, how few people actually stay longer than a year or two. That's not the thing they do.
That's the new common thing.
Needs to go around to the
It's
job.
Everybody leaves.
Yeah, I think, at some point, and it's not on this agenda, but we'll have to talk about it maybe at the, on the regular meeting agenda where it has the, initiatives, because I think there may still be some things we can do to try to like stem some of the public not being so kind. Because I think that that's the hardest part of that job is that people are not very kind. And to many people, not just here, everywhere. It's just that there's a kindness deficit going on in the world right now. So, but I don't know if there's some other things we can try to do to try to help that person not have to deal with stuff quite the same way.
I don't believe there is, but you put it on the
There
agenda.
probably isn't.
Because they already know that they can come to Tiffany or me at any given time. And when we hear people raising their voices, one of us always goes out there anyway.
Yeah, Johnny's really good about running out there, or if he's not here and I, hear a little bit of intense, I'll walk up there to, we try to help.
That's probably all we can do.
Yeah.
But-
Really, part of it is the crying is part of it. Some people call it very upset, and that hurts people's feelings that work there because it bothers all of us when people are in a bad situation. Unfortunately, we just have no
Recourse.
recourse in it. It's not our fault and we can't do anything about it, so.
It's the blame game,
So you, oh yeah, we don't have to put it on the agenda if you're gonna bring it up and then. Okay, cool.
Kind of just brought it up now, so, but, okay, anything else on administrative assistant? Okay, no other questions, I'll move on. Okay, item 5, standing committee reports, accounts payable committee.
We met, we went through invoices, asked Deborah to cut checks, and we'll discuss that in financials.
Okay, state update meeting committee. I wasn't there, so Terry stood in.
No, my dog had to be rushed to the vet.
Oh, shoot.
So,
I was
Yes.
there, we met, and Ruben was there. And so we're gonna be talking about it in the agenda items.
Okay. All right, well, it was covered, so that's good. So any questions? It sounds like everything's in the agenda, so I'm gonna move on to item 6, ad hoc committee reports, planning project committee.
We've not met? Oh, you guys have not met.
I don't remember meeting. No, we haven't met.
No, there's just been stuff that's been going on outside there as far as signing stuff for the the properties that'll come from the agenda. So that wasn't an actual meeting. So easements and deeds, no actual meeting, correct?
No actual meeting.
Rate study committee, no.
Still
actual
waiting.
meeting.
Still waiting.
That's by November before that happens. And bond book committee, we need to get together.
Yes.
So that, none of those have happened. Item 7, financial business. We'll have Deborah here, discussion vote on accounts payable and financial information. Deborah, if you could, take over for the moment.
Okay, good evening, everyone. We prepared 15 checks from the revenue operating account for a total of $14,566.95. We had one extraordinary disbursement to California Parking and Highway for $7,800. And that's all I have.
Okay, do we have any questions and we do have that was for Los Padres and Johnson Trails for leaks.
Yeah, that was repair of the street.
Right, any other things that came up that were, you said you were gonna, no?
No, there was nothing.
No, everything was pretty standard.
Okay, I do see that there was a annual payment. Okay, so we're hearing nothing on that and no questions for Deborah. I will entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion that we pay our bills.
I'll second it.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any questions, concerns before I do a roll call, directors? Okay, roll call, Director Garcia, not here. Director Nyman,
Aye.
Director Gibson,
Aye.
Director Kelly.
Aye.
Director Schoenberg is an aye. That is 4001 absent, and that motion passes. So we will pay our bills. Thank you. And that is done. We're skipping 8 and 9. I tabled those. So we are now on 10. Discussion vote update on Fraser Park Lakewood Consolidation Planning Project. 10A, discussion vote on timeline and budget. I don't believe that anything's changed on that, but if
Well,
Nothing came up in the state.
all I knew is that we did receive Tiffany did receive the acknowledgement of the signed amendment.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good.
So the amendment is in force. So we'll be talking more when we get lower down.
Okay, yeah, there was just a question
Excuse me?
for anyone that. Yeah.
Maddie,
Oh,
Okay, Deborah.
yes, good night,
Oh,
Deborah.
so-
Thank you.
Thank you.
Deborah. Sorry, missed it. Sorry, got a
You
migraine.
don't like hearing stuff?
Trying to
I
keep everything in
I
frame.
got a quick question.
have a good evening. Good weekend.
Thank you. so much.
Yes, Carla.
Good weekend.
Tiffany, were you supposed to send me the copies of the forms 259 and the signed amendment and stuff?
Yes, probably, but I don't think I did, so I'll get those out to you.
Yes, please. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Hey. So 10B, discussion vote on the acquisition development of well number 9 additional booster tank site properties. Resolution FP 2025-082801 in the matter of confirming intent to acquire property for a well site and booster tank site. What do we have on that?
Well,
other than
we
this
received,
resolution?
D is going forward with Tom Dodson and Associates for the phase 1 on the title, on the history. He's, the amount, that it's gonna cost us is $9,000. So that's the cost to do all that work. But I think it's prudent that we do it, so, we'd already approved it, so we're going forward with that. Then, we have.
And is that check, was that check made out or?
We have not made that check out. No, we haven't been billed yet, but
Okay,
that was just, an email came.
giving us the price.
Giving
we were
us the
asking
price
for.
we were asking
Okay.
for. And, we have received one of the titles reports. I don't know where we stand on the other one, and Dee can update if he's got more information. Besides us being in escrow.
Anything from the other title report, Dee?
I've been in contact with Chicago Title, and they should be finishing it, should be done by the end of the week, for the Bear Court property. So a little bit more complex, title report apparently. So, they said they would be issuing it forthrightly. So that's good. I've been working with, the title company. There are, no, let me switch. Yeah, title company's moving right ahead. And so, I've had to put a couple of dates in on the agreement, when we, opened escrow, which was August 12th. And so I had to put that date in there. And also then we have a 60-day escrow, and that moves us all the way to October 13th. And so those two additions were made to the copy of the agreements for both Bear Court and Well 9. That's I had just when we started the escrow, I needed to confirm with them the date that they actually started. And so it took a couple of days after Johnny and I met with them. And so those dates were not put on there simply because we hadn't opened the escrow yet. We had told them to go ahead. And so now I put those on the agreement forms and sent them over to the title company. And so they're moving ahead with that. And part of the work that they're doing also, and this is at the request of Alan, is that we do the phase 1s. And as Brahma mentioned, we've cut the price. Both were $4,000 each, which is right in line with some phase 1s that we've done in the past. And then Tom Dodson has input in that too. And so his fees would be $1,000 So that's where the $9,000 came from. The geotechnical group that's doing this is from Riverside, and it's LOR Geotechnical Group. And I've already filled out a questionnaire. I think there might be one sent to the district. Johnny may have to fill it out. But the fellow that we're working with there is named Matthew Hunt. And so I filled out a questionnaire and sent lots of information to him on well 9, and then followed that up with filling out his questionnaire on Bear Court, and sent additional information to him on that for his phase 1 evaluations, and then directed him to the county website for the aerial view of the website of the well sites. Also gave him the location, latitude, longitude, so he could locate them on the aerials, and the APN numbers, which he already had, and he can locate those on the county website. So he should be pretty well informed as to what property we're covering. If there are any questions, I told him to just give me a call, but I think everything is pretty much lined up. The other thing that I told him was that Johnny would be the person to arrange a tour of both the sites with, and I gave him the office number, and so he should be calling you, Johnny, I think pretty quick. His name's Matthew Hunt, and he's with LOR Geotechnical Group. So I expect maybe he might even call you tomorrow and arrange something for next week. I also provided contact information for Jeff and Emily because he'll want to call them and talk with them as well for the phase 1. So the phase 1's moving along quite well. Escrow's moving along. I've been in contact with Chicago Title over the last week, actually, moving things ahead. So I think we're going to finish this thing well ahead of the 60 days. And, whenever the board desires to close it, once we've got all the information, and we'll share all that information in a report with the board. And then the board can decide to go ahead and close it early if you guys so desire. So that's all I have on that. We're just moving ahead.
And when do you think, Dee, that we'll receive the reports from this? How long do you think he's going to take? Will you think we'll have it by the September 11th or 25th meeting?
I think it'll take them a couple of weeks. They're moving ahead. They know that we need this done. I think a couple of weeks we should see maybe a draft.
As long as I get Emily and Jeff French make themselves available and realize that this has to get done before escrow can close.
Yeah.
Because I know they go on vacation a lot.
Yeah. I envy Jeff. He's pretty, pretty free of all his obligations, and he's able to go do a lot of traveling. But I'm going to give him, I'm going to call him, and I'm going to call Emily and tell him, that Matthew Hunt is going to want to talk to them about the property and any information that they have on the property. So I'll get them informed really after the board meeting. I'll send an email out to both of them.
Awesome.
And have we asked them, just out of curiosity, if they, when they acquired the property, did such a historical review of the property?
I don't think they did. Lisa.
Okay.
They did quite a bit. They did some work, but but, not as extensive as the phase one.
Okay. And then I believe under 10B, we need to do the resolution, so, if we're ready to go to that, let's go to that.
Okay, so I just wanted to say, Alan drafted the resolution, but he drafted it as if both properties were gonna be well sites. And he asked me to make the changes. So if you guys read through it, just to make sure that I didn't miss anything, I'd appreciate it.
Okay, why don't we read it out loud before we vote? I can start and, or do the whole thing, I don't know. So draft to be approved, before the Board of Directors of the Fraser Park, blah, 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 resolution FP 2025-0828-01 in the matter of confirming intent to acquire property for a well and booster and tank site. Would it be acquire properties?
Properties, yes. I don't see that. Okay.
Okay. Whereas the district is duly formed and existing pursuant to the Public Utility District Act, Public Utility Code 15501, the act and acts as the public water supplier for residential and commercial customers within its service area. And whereas pursuant to the act, including without limitation 16431, the district is authorized to acquire real property when doing so is in the best interest of the district. And whereas in order to fulfill its obligations to maintain a sufficient water supply to satisfy the needs of its customers, the district is in the process of undertaking the Fraser Park Public Utility District Regional Consolidation Project, which includes acquisition of property for construction of new water supply wells and storage tanks to replace existing water supply wells and increase water capacity, the project. And whereas in connection with those certain purchase and sale agreements entered into with the owners of those parcels identified as Kern County Assessor Parcel Number 256-070-54 and 256-520-13, each a parcel and together the parcels, the district intends to acquire the parcels, which the district has confirmed will serve as suitable locations for replacement water supply well, booster, and water storage tank. And
Can I ask a question?
yeah,
Wasn't there originally 3 APN numbers,
Yes.
D?
I was asking
Three.
the same thing.
Wait a minute, say, please, repeat that, Rama, please.
On the 2 properties, wasn't there like 3 APN numbers?
no, the third
No.
is well 8.
Yeah,
No,
we
we had the
combined,
two parcels there.
We
we,
combined,
we,
hold on, let him,
we confined, the well to, the very first, parcel one.
oh, okay.
There's 2
Well,
parcels that were originally in question, but the well's not over both parcels. It's only on one parcel.
Oh, but we've been,
So, and then we're gonna do a lot line adjustment, so it's still just gonna be the one parcel.
Yes.
Right.
Okay, go ahead. I just,
okay. Yeah,
that,
I'm wondering the same thing, Paul.
okay, go on.
Good question. Okay, so, but I do have the district has confirmed will serve as suitable locations for replacement water supply well, booster and water storage tank. I guess it doesn't have to say which is on which, so
Yeah.
that's fine. And whereas the district has determined that acquiring each parcel, each a well and water supply site, that's incorrect. Because they're not each a well and water supply site.
Right.
One's a well
Oh.
site and one is a water.
So one, just put one, well,
Whereas the district has
Yeah.
determined that acquiring each parcel,
one, a well
one
site and
supporting a
one.
well or, yeah, one a
One-
well site and
One
one
well
a
site
supply
and
site.
one well, and one water.
Well, water
Water
supply,
supply.
it's not just booster, it's booster plus possibly a tank.
Booster, and it will have a tank, Lisa, so it would be a booster pump and a tank site.
So we can just call that a water supply site, right?
It is, it's,
Only one's a well site. Well, I guess one's a well and water supply site and the other is only a water supply site. Or do
yeah,
we need to be more specific?
Or
Yeah.
one, well, isn't the booster on the well site?
No.
no,
The boosters on-
Well,
Oh, it's on Bear.
yeah, the booster pumping
Oh.
plant is, and tank is on the Bear Court property. And, yeah, we can call those water infrastructure, however, it isn't, normally I would identify as water supply site would be well 9 and well 8, their water supply. But, I think that term is general enough that you can use it probably for anything you want. But I would call the Bear Court site a pumping plant and tank site.
Pumping.
So one a well and water supply site and the other a pumping plant site.
What did he call it?
A pumping plant site, that would include a tank, a pumping plant
Yeah.
site?
Tank and
Okay.
pumping plant, yes.
Tank and pumping plant site.
He called it, what did you call it first, Steve? Do you remember? You said it was a,
Water
One,
infrastructure,
well,
water infrastructure, Tiffany, is that what you're getting at? That's a
Would that
general
work?
term, but it
Can
is,
we just,
it's a tank and booster pump or a tank and pumping plant site. That's what it is. We'll put a tank on it and we'll boost out of the tank up to Lake of the Woods.
so we're gonna say one, a well site, well
and
and water
supply site. And one, a
and,
booster
and,
and tank
no,
site.
and a tank pumping plant site. He said tank pumping plant site.
A pumping plant and tank site.
Okay. Tank and pumping
Pumping
plant,
plant
Yeah.
and tank site.
either way.
okay.
Either way.
Okay, say all of that 10 times fast. Okay, so let's see. So the district is determining acquiring each parcel, blah, blah, constructing, operating, and maintaining a water supply well, booster, and water storage tank. No, wait, that's weird. Okay, where the district has determined that acquiring each parcel, one, a well and water supply site, and the other, a pumping plant and tank site.
Yeah.
Constructing, operating, and maintaining a water supply well, booster, and water storage tank, these sites. That doesn't make sense.
To
These
the, in
sites
these
is
sites,
necessary for the district to continue to fulfill, you're right, so on these sites or something. Constructing, operating, and maintaining it's like not, constructing, operating, and maintaining the water supply, a water supply well, booster, and water storage
It
tank
just needs a period right
on.
there. Just a period. I wouldn't run on.
operating
Period.
and maintaining-
These sites
operating,
are,
maintaining-
on these sites. So a period on these sites,
no, these sites are
or, oh,
necessary.
yeah, these sites
Yeah, just a period and,
are,
Period after tank.
yes.
okay, these sites are necessary for the district to continue to fulfill its obligations to its customers to provide a safe and reliable water supply.
Yeah.
Okay. Now therefore, the Board of Directors of the Fraser Park Public Utility District do hereby resolve, determine, and order as follows. 1, the board finds that the recitals set forth above are true and correct, and they are incorporated herein and made an operative part of this resolution. 2, the acquisition of the well and water supply sites is in the best interest of the district, so you probably need to add the well, water supply, booster pumping, however you want to put that, sites is in the best interest of the district.
Can I ask why would, I see what you're saying.
Integral to the project and is necessary to enable the district to fulfill its obligations as a public water supplier. So we just need to add what we put above. 3, the district elects to acquire the parcels. 4, the district's president is authorized to sign all such documents as are necessary to close escrow on the purchase of the parcels. And 5, district staff and consultants are authorized to take all actions as are necessary and appropriate to facilitate the acquisition of the parcels. So that's the resolution, and we need, if everyone's okay with it as amended, and you need to make the motion as amended and not, then I will entertain a motion.
Brum, I make a motion that we approve resolution number FP 2025-50828-01 in the matter of confirming intent to acquire property for a well and booster and tank site with the amended amendments that have been stated during this meeting.
Is there a second? Okay, so we have a motion and a second. Are there any questions, concerns, discussion? Before I do a roll call vote. Okay, roll call vote. Director Garcia is absent. Director Nyman.
Aye.
Director Gibson.
Aye.
Director Kelly.
Aye.
Director Schoenberg is an aye. That vote passes 4-0-0. And there's one absence, and so the motion is, the resolution is approved.
So I put Terry as a signer unless you want Rama as a signer. Because I didn't want the board president self-authorizing.
Right.
So is Terry fine on there?
Yeah, she's the treasurer.
Or the
I don't see
secretary.
why not.
I don't.
Yeah, I think the treasurer is better than the secretary because the secretary normally attests to the fact that that person signed when you signed.
Okay.
Because you're attesting, but yeah, in case. Okay, all right. So that's 10B. If we have nothing else in 10B, I'm gonna move on to 10C. Yes, Terry.
We didn't have well 8 on the agenda.
No, it got combined with the other project, so it's just later.
It's part,
Yeah,
yeah, it's
later on.
part of the
Oh, that's right.
pipeline and well 8 project.
Yes, that's
now.
right.
No longer part of the consolidation, even though it will be part of the consolidation. Okay, so 10C, discussion and vote on LAFCO work. I did see a check to LAFCO, but that was just for annual dues.
There's a open hearing on the 17th of September. That's where, it's open to the public for
For
any,
the
and
SOI.
getting any kind of questions, yeah, for the SOI.
And will that be happening in Bakersfield? That's happening here.
Bakersfield.
Okay.
Anything else you want to add, Dee?
Yeah, we may, I'm not sure whether, we may be able to attend. I'll be there in person, but I think it'll be televised or at least, online somehow, that meeting. So
Is that-
everybody can listen.
Is that something we need to post? Is that something that needs to be in the paper?
It would be LAFCO's post. It's their meeting, so.
They handle any of that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a question. Do you happen to know what the address is of the meeting?
Oh, I don't, but I'll look it up while we're in the meeting here.
Okay, whenever, thanks.
Okay, and so you will be attending that, Dee, you said?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Johnny, okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
You will too.
okay, anything else on that before I move on to 10D?
Nothing for me. Nothing more.
Okay, 10D, discussion vote on the memorandum of understanding that's on here and not tabled, but I don't believe that anything new has occurred since our last meeting. Is there anything that needs to be brought up from Lake of the Woods on the MOU? I don't believe we've discussed anything further on it.
No, we're good for now.
Okay. So moving on to 10E, discussion vote on Lake of the Woods projects and consolidation. So that's Lake of the Woods.
Can you guys hear me okay? Sorry, I
Yes.
muted myself again. All right, well, as you know, our project that we wrapped up last summer is all officially off. We're done with that. Moving on to the 5 million, we're working with DFA for the financial department part. I guess he's pushing, we're manifesting that we push forward by the end of the year or the beginning of the year. You guys are streamlined faster than us because I think you guys are on the round 5. We did get our environmental completed, so we've got at least one part of it done. Well number 4, the results for August show that iron is less than 100, still under the 300, and manganese is less than 20, which is under the 50. And that's UGLs, just so you guys know. And blending station, our samples for August were 3.28 for nitrates and 1.1 for fluoride. Our wells have gone down from last month. They're down 2.5 to 0.5 feet. January of 2023, they're still up 4.5 to 29 feet. Since January 2024, now they are all down 7 feet to 0.7 feet. So that's it. Short and sweet, guys. Did you guys have any question?
Anybody?
Thanks.
No, it doesn't appear to be so. So thank you so much, Pam.
Did we skip the
And
claim?
No, it's
No,
not.
we're coming.
Okay.
We didn't forget you, Carlos. Okay, 10F, discussion vote on claim number 57 and other claims and payments.
We did get an answer from Carlos. He sent us an answer, that, Carlos can do all the old claims have to be on the new form, the new 260s and 261 forms. So that's why it's imperative that he gets those forms. But he did also say that you can do it as one claim if you want to combine all the claims that we've approved and do it as one claim. You can do that.
Wow.
So anything else? Well, Carlos, I guess you got to do claim 57.
Yeah,
But
I'll
57 is
probably.
part,
What was that, Lisa?
but 57 would be part of
Right.
this possibly bigger,
However, but he
Claim.
needs to say what he's going to do.
right?
So that's
Yeah,
up to him.
and I think it might be better to do it all as one claim, so I might look into doing that. And then we'll have to present it at the. Hang on a sec. Yeah, we'll have to, if I do it all in as one claim, I'll have to present it so you guys can look it over and reapprove it, or is it approved as is? I don't know what you guys think.
So as long as they're all approved minus this one tonight. However, if there were time, we should probably bring it to the board anyway, just to look in case there's any issue that happened in the recompiling of the claim. They're theoretically all approved except for this one, so.
Well,
Okay, then I'll work on them. I'll work on getting them all on one claim, and then I'll present them at the first meeting of September.
It just delays us getting paid back. That's because we've already approved everything.
But I think it'll be easier. Won't that be easier for you to just put it as one?
No, but what I'm saying, if we approve it and let him go forward, he can, we can trust him to combine it.
I don't think he's gonna
Correct.
put something in there that's not already gonna.
No, it's already been approved.
So I don't think we need to
I'm just saying-
micromanage him. I think he could do it. And that way it gets in sooner and we can approve it tonight with the caveat that he's gonna do it as one claim. And we give him authorization to move forward. And then, and he's gonna send it to you for signature anyways.
I know, I'm not worrying about that. I'm just saying if he wanted it to come here to.
No, because I'm thinking that if we prove this tonight, we can approve it and then roll that all up into the motion.
Okay, so
And that way it gets in sooner so we can get paid sooner.
So Carlos, why don't you go over claim 57? All the other claims have been approved. And then it looks like when they do the motion, tonight, we will have as part of that motion, the ability for you to combine all the previously approved. We'll do two motions.
Okay, sounds
Okay.
good. Okay, so for
So,
board of directors,
But-
charges came out to $566.66. Staff recovery costs came out at $69.30. We had two invoices from D. Jasper and Associates, one for Consolidation Engineering, and that's invoice 25-00716 for $922.20. And then the other invoice from D. Jasper and Associates was for revision of specs, project design, and that's invoice 25-00715, and that totaled $876. So the total of this claim 57 is $2,434.16.
Okay, the first motion I'm gonna make, I make a motion that we approve claim, 57, in the amount of $2,434.16.
And we'll vote on that first. Is there a
One
second?
second.
Okay, motion and a second. Any discussion, questions, concerns? All right, roll call directors. Director Garcia is absent. Director Nyman.
Aye.
Director Gibson.
Aye.
Director Kelly.
Aye.
For some reason, aye. That motion passes 4-0-0-1 absent. So we will be, we've approved and we will be submitting claim 57.
Okay,
now-
and regarding this motion, so here's the question I have, Carlos. What claims have we not submitted? What number, from what number to 57?
I believe it's from number 50 to 57.
50 to 57. So when you combine it, you're gonna make that claim 50, correct?
58.
No, it's,
Well, probably
Should be a-
because that would be the next claim,
Because that would be the next
Yeah, you-
claim, because it's never been submitted.
or I can
So
put,
I'll make the motion.
no, because that won't work because we have approved them as 50, 51,
Okay,
52.
But I can do it in the motion.
Okay.
So I make a motion that we combine claims, the approved claims 50 through 57, and that they are combined to one claim, which will become claim number 50.
I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any questions, concerns, discussion? That sounds reasonable to you, Carlos?
yeah, that sounds good. Tiffany, it is claim 50 through 57, right? Do you know
Yes.
offhand? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, that's the important thing.
Okay, so if there's nothing else, then
And I want to amend, and that upon combining the claim, Carlos is authorized to submit that claim for signature to the president of the board and to the state of California.
I accept that amendment.
okay. So now I'll do a roll call. Okay, Director Garcia is absent. Director Nyman.
Aye.
Director Gibson.
Aye.
Director Kelly.
Aye.
Director Schumberg is an aye. That motion passes 4-0-0, one absent. And so claim 57 will be included in the newly combined claim 50, which is all of the previously approved claims 50 through 57. And Carlos will be submitting that to us for signature and then to the state. Okay, so if there's nothing else on 10, I'm gonna move on to item 11. Okay, discussion vote update on the FPPUD meter replacement project emergency well supply project. Discussion 11A, discussion vote on claims and payouts. Is there anything left?
Okay, so claim 40 is in for the closeout process. Dee, you submitted the closeout to the state, correct?
Yes. Yeah, Curtis did
Okay,
that.
so- Yeah, so that should be being submitted. It's only like 400 and some odd dollars, so it's a small claim. So he's gotten the final report has been submitted, and okay, and so that closes that out. And also the SHIA revolving loan requests, which isn't on here
That's
anymore,
not
but
on here.
yeah, but that's still part of payouts. We have sent the final payment to close out that, and Oscar was going to get back to Tiffany to send her the paperwork to close out the SHIA loan.
Jeffrey did.
Or Jeffrey did? Okay,
It's been closed down.
so it's been
That's
closed
why
out.
it's,
Okay, so the only thing we have, so we're probably gonna leave this 11 on one more time, just to make sure that we have
Until we
payout
get
from
paid.
the,
Yeah, until we
yeah,
get the
until we get
payment.
paid, or we'll leave it on until we get paid, and then that will be removed from the agenda.
And I guess, Carlos, is that something you can follow up with Oscar on as far as the payment, when we're gonna get the payment? Or I guess Tiffany will notify us when we get the payment, and if it takes too long, then we can always ask you, I guess.
Yeah, I can always relay the message to Oscar.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, so moving on to 12, discussion about update on well number 8 and pipeline replacement project. 12A, discussion vote on engineering and design.
Okay, Jesse approved the pipeline portion. And of course, this has been combined. It's under the well. So the well 8 plans need to be approved. D is working on them, and he should have them to Jesse within 2 to 3 works for he's preparing the design well.
That's right.
For well 8. Anything else you want to add, D?
Which
You know,
was almost all the way prepared, right?
Yeah.
yeah, we're you know, we have the basic design, and Curtis's and the crew is, you know, making that final run through that, and you know, just bringing those up to bid quality, and then the specifications as well, and then the new estimate, or you know, a revised estimate for the project. So that's all going on right now, and you know, a couple more weeks we'll have all that together.
Great, thank you. So anything else on 12A?
Yeah, I got
12B?
a question
ahead.
for D, something that's somewhat related to the design. D, for the work plan we had some tasks for you to complete, and the task is 22, 23, 24, and 25. And these were tasks that you didn't charge to at the time, because you charged everything to design, and these tasks are complete. So what I was asked by my management is if you can write a memo stating that these tasks are complete, and the way that we will show that they're complete is that, you know, the design is done, like you told me before, that these are part of design. So I need to submit something to the work plan showing that those were completed. So, and the way you had explained it to me before was that since they're part of design, the way we show that they're completed is that design is complete.
Yeah. So
and let me give you the title to each of those. Task 22 is preliminary research, PUD pipeline replacement project, and task 23 is selection of pipeline replacement laterals. And then task 24 was incorporate pipeline location information. And then task 25 was perform preliminary survey for design.
can you send that to me, Carlos? Just I'm writing those down, but
Yes, I'll send this to you, if not tomorrow, by Monday, for sure.
Okay, yeah.
So
no
I just need a little memo saying, this is the engineer and this is the work that was completed,
Mhm.
but, it was incorporated in design or whatever, however you can explain it, that because there wasn't like individual tasks that were completed because it was completed as a whole as design.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay.
Okay, great, thank you. Anything else on 12A before I move on to B? Okay, 12B, discussion vote on the project application. Is there any other items? Well, we basically just talked about.
We got, an update from Ruben. It says, the name is well number 8 and pipeline replacement project. That's what the name is now, is well, number 8 and pipeline replacement project. Says, our environmental review unit responded to my inquiry regarding the name change. They will each continue to review the project separately and provide a clearance for each project. I was explained that because we are not the CEQA lead agency, we will not be asked to refile the NOE with a new project title. The project title that management has assigned will be referenced in the environmental documents. I will let you know if there's anything changes. I did learn that both reviewers will be sending me follow-up questions regarding species impacts and need more clarification on information provided. I'll forward to you as it comes into me. So that's your answer about the NOEs. And is there anything else we need to add, Dee?
No, you covered it pretty well there, Brahma.
Great, thank you. Any other questions, concerns before we move on to 13? All righty, 13, discussion vote on federal and state regulations for PFAS for Frazier Park and Lake of the Woods. There was a question, why is this on the agenda? Where really it's just for us to continue discussing it as things come up. But there may be, like some of our other agenda items, no current changes. So 13A, testing and monitoring. I believe that nothing has changed there, but we're just on quarterly, correct?
Johnny, you're on quarterly
Sorry.
for the PFAS?
Yeah, it's quarterly. We just sampled, we're waiting for the results back on that, and it's set up at the lab to send the bottles quarterly until I tell them to stop.
Okay, and then Jesse Dollywell will be letting us know if we can stop on that. Anything else on 13A? 13B, remediation. We don't know any of that information at this point. What they will be deciding, and really even the testing monitoring, there'll be other things that are decided as we go along by the state. And then 13C, potential funding. No potential funding as of yet, correct, Carlos?
No, I gotta fill out this questionnaire to add most of you guys on the Hill to that questionnaire, and we'll see what comes out of that.
Okay, great, thank you. So anything else on 13?
Nope.
Okay, moving on to 14, discussion vote on the rate study. We are just in a holding pattern.
Well, yes, we're waiting. The work plan has been resubmitted for a TA request to the state. And so we're waiting for that approval. They had to resubmit it. Carlos, you wanna?
Yeah, what happened is this work plan that we have right now with FPPUD / Lake of the Woods has gotten like ridiculously enormously big with 42 deliverables, and they don't want to keep adding deliverables to that. So they decided that they're going to use alternate funding to do the rate study. They're going to use, and it's funding that Self-Help Enterprises already has. And so basically, we submitted another TA request just specifically for the rate study. And once we receive that TA request, Self-Help Enterprises will accept it, and then we can start working on the rate study. And that should be fairly quick. This way of doing it is a lot quicker than the work plan part.
Okay,
That's it.
all right, nothing else on 14, I'm gonna move on to 15. Discussion vote on parcel B water tank replacement.
No update.
No update.
No update.
Okay, so, we'll move on then. Do you wanna take a recess?
Thank you, Carlos, and thank you, Dee, if you,
I'll hang around
You
a
guys
little
go
bit.
have a great weekend. Enjoy
okay.
your holiday.
Okay, thank you, Carlos. Have a good weekend. Do we want to have a recess?
No.
No,
Okay, so
Oh,
we're
you
gonna
guys
move
do
on
the
to new
same.
business.
all right.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye. Okay, item 16, discussion vote on renewing the Hatch Service Partnership. Or Hawk, it's pronounced Hawk, right? Hello,
John,
Sorry, I'm trying to get.
16, how do you pronounce their name? Hawk? Hatch?
Hawk,
Hawk, okay, so discussion vote on renewing the Hawk Service Partnership.
gotta do it. It's the nitrate analyzer and part of the nitrate violation that Jesse gave us. Do we have to have it?
and has it gone up in price? Do we know? What did we pay?
I don't believe it went up from last year.
Okay. Okay. It's $3,000, huh?
Yeah, and they make sure that it's reporting accurately, so.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I'm just,
So all-
okay, I make a motion that we, renew the Hawk Service Partnership or Hack Partner Serviceship, quote, partnership number Hawk 1374565 in the amount of $3,000.
Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any questions, discussion, concerns before we do a roll call vote? All right, Director Garcia is absent, Director Nyman.
Aye.
Director Gibson.
Aye.
Director Kelly.
Aye.
Director Chambers and I, that is 400, one absent, so we will be renewing the Hawk Service Partnership for $3,000. That passed. Okay, item 17, discussion vote on an easement for SCE power pole anchor, and there's some drawings in here showing where that's proposed to go.
That's on the corner of the,
Yeah, there's some stuff in there, but I would like to ask Dee's opinion on part of this. One, as a favor to SCE, they're asking that they can put a anchor in our district yard, which isn't necessarily a problem, except for if we ever decide to build a new office down there or storage room, an anchor's in our way, then they're gonna have an easement. Plus, they're not offering to pay anything for this, which I mean, Edison's never given us anything for sure. So I don't know if it's typical for them to have to pay for an easement or not. And thirdly, they have not, the lady asked me for descriptions of our grant deed, and I told her that's up to her to supply the easement written, and then when she gets back to me, then we'll present it to my board, and she has not done that. So Dee, when somebody asks you for an easement, like Edison is asking us, is that something you typically just give, or is that something you work out through an attorney?
I would work it out. You know, it looks like it may interfere with future plans of the yard, so they got to do something else. You know, if it's going to interfere with our operation, I would insist that they, you know, they're going to have to put in a new pole or a better anchorage system, something that does not interfere with our yard. So
Yeah, their issue is that they want to replace the pole. The pole is the last in the line, so it continually pulls over at an angle. So that's why they want to put the anchor. But I think if they wrote the easement to where it could be changed or vacated, you know, at the district's request, I wouldn't mind it, because we may not ever need that spot. But if we do, I don't want to be limited by this easement.
Yeah, I'd negotiate that into it then, and, you know, then just say it's at the district's pleasure. You know, it's a temporary easement and that it can be extinguished at the district's discretion.
Thank you, Dee. So what I'll do is, if it's okay with the board, I'm gonna relay that to this lady that's writing it up and have her incorporate that, in which time I'll be bringing it back to the board for review, and if maybe possibly at that time, if you want, then I'll send it over to Alan as well. And then we can talk about signing it or not signing it.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah, sounds
I
good.
just don't know why they don't put it in the park.
Probably the same exact thing.
Oh, the county wants it.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be the same issue. Is,
The county would probably want to charge them back.
yeah, probably. And it's for the benefit of the community, so I don't have a problem with it. I just, like I said, I just don't want to be stuck 10 years from now if we decide to build a storage unit, that we can't do it because we have an anchor there.
But isn't there, yeah, I think we do need to talk to the attorney, because isn't there, if something's there for a certain amount of time, it then implies that's a
Grandfather.
permanent, yeah.
Only if you didn't put in the provision that it's temporary at the district's
Okay.
discretion. So once you,
Okay.
once you
And-
put that in, then
Well, this acre, I mean, our building, is it gonna interfere with the current building that's there?
No, it's just a cable. It's
Oh.
just a cable that comes down and it's anchored like 10 feet into the ground to keep the power pole from pulling over.
I mean, there's one already on that
Right,
side.
right.
They
Yeah,
just
but-
wanna now put one on this side,
Because
I
it's
guess.
But it'd
it
be
being on
in,
that side is supporting it from the wrong direction.
so it's gonna be inside the yard as
Yeah.
opposed to outside the
Outside.
fence.
Yeah.
Right, that's what I was saying. I don't know why they can't put it on the outside in the park.
Well, the pole
Because
ain't
then the
up
pole's
for it.
leaning that way, they're trying to offset it by leaning it towards us.
Anyway, so I'll do that and see if they ever even get back to it.
Okay, so, item 18, discussion vote on proposal for solar energy.
This is that thing I told you about. Personally, I'm done. I'm tired of trying to search for solar, but I keep on saying I'll try because, you know, we would like that. But the solar, you have to sign up for it, and then they come in and they give their proposition on whether or not they can help you with stuff and set you up with it. Supposedly it's zero cost for us. But who knows? Who knows?
They wanna come here and present only after we sign up.
First we have to sign up, and then that's gonna open up the doors where they can look for funding, and I mean, it's a whole big deal. So that's why I just sent it to you guys, and let you guys decide.
May I comment on this?
Yes, you may, Jim, sorry.
I've dealt with some of this in the past, and I would suggest caution. You will have companies that will want you to sign up with them. They're not the ones that are actually doing the work. They're the ones that are obtaining your signature so that any rebates or additions like that, that they get the money out of it. But they're not the ones actually doing the work. It just locks you into giving them the rights to it.
It looks to me like it is a loan.
Well, yeah, cause it just says with zero interest. It doesn't say,
And they say you won't be paying, I think the way they always work it, this is the way the last two solar companies explained it. They promise you that you're gonna pay less than what you're paying for electricity right now.
right,
So you're still making a payment,
you're just not,
but like 20% less than what you're paying for Edison. The only reason I even presented it to you, because again, solar will not work for our wells and our boosters. But the guy said he can also look into getting grant money for soft starts for our wells and our boosters. So that's something that we've needed for a long time. And if we get grant money, that would be great, but it seems to me like it's way more convoluted in that packet than just a simple, gonna try to find some grant money for us. So, me personally, I wouldn't proceed with it, but I promised I would present it to you guys.
Yeah, because it even talks about loan limits and bundles loans and, I mean, loan terms.
I would say no. If we ever decided to get some solar to help, we could do it just like for the office.
I mean, the project cost was $318,000.
And I don't know how they can even give a project cost right now, because they haven't even looked at our system or have no idea about anything about it.
Yeah, it's a little like weird that they want you to sign first before they actually
Well,
come
that's
in and
where,
do all
no,
of
if
the
they want
work.
to come in here and present, that's one thing. But for us to sign up and then they'll come in and talk to us, it's like,
Well, the way I understood it when I read it is you're not signing up, agreeing to, do it, you're agreeing to sign up for all the preparatory work, and which who knows that they're gonna back charges for that?
I don't know, it doesn't say, but I could see.
That's why I say, I say you just vote no, personally.
And then if it's another company like Joan.
Well, we don't have to
Yes.
vote at all at this point
Yeah,
because
we
it's
just
just a
don't-
proposal.
Just don't do anything, go forward with it. And like I said, I've already spent a bunch of time with 2 other solar companies. And they came in and wasted all my time and then never even presented a proposal because they realized they couldn't provide power for 480 volt wells and boosters, so.
Okay.
Okay, and I don't know how much money it would save us just on the, we don't pay our electric costs here, nothing compared to it's that, $7,000-8,000 a month. Well, and
Oh, that ain't pertaining just to the building here, it's pertaining to the whole district. So it is, we are basing it off the $9,000 electric bill. That's where we'd be trying to save money with the solar.
right, but what I'm saying is they can't do solar for the wells.
But they're claiming that if they put the stop starts on it, that it would help with power because then solar and battery backup. But the last time I checked into it, battery backup itself was prohibitive because of the size of the batteries they would need.
yeah.
Board, what you want to do? Do you want to just sit on this for the moment and not go forward? Do you want to?
I say we don't go forward.
I say we do not go forward.
Do not.
Okay, so we will just move on.
All right.
Okay, item 19, review and approve meeting minutes for 8/21/2025 state update meeting.
I'm not here. She was
Next meeting.
Next
next
meeting.
one.
Okay, item 20, discussion vote on forming and or dissolving ad hoc committees. I don't think we have
We don't
any
have
to
to do that.
vote on tonight, nor do we have all the board members. Item 21, discussion vote on destruction of obsolete damaged records. We didn't have anything in here for tonight. Item 22, discussion vote on future agenda items. Anybody?
Nope.
Think we got everything correct? So, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion that we adjourn.
I'll second that.
Okay, roll call directors, Director Garcia,
After.
Director Nyman's absent, Director Nyman,
Yay, aye.
Director Gibson,
Aye.
Director Kelly,
Aye.
Director Shivers and I, we are adjourning this meeting. The time is 5:27. Thank you, everyone.
Good night, everyone.
Have a good weekend. We get 3 days this
Yes,
time.
enjoy your holiday.